Welcome, welcome, welcome. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold on, we don't want that. What are we doing? Hold on, y'all. Good morning, good morning. I am trying to figure out. Good morning. Hold on. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I give you just a couple of minutes to come in and get settled. Let's see. Let's turn the camera around. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're going to have a little bit of coffee today. We're going to do something different. We're going to do something different. Oh, we're going to have a little bit of coffee today and talk, just kind of maybe strategy pre-gaming before the trial. Um, last night, we covered the jury in great detail. We broke down the psychology of what we felt. We talked about possible jury connections, who may be able to swing votes, who we felt like were probably lead jurors, and all of that good stuff. One thing that I have not, good morning to everybody. So listen, ooh, she got her hair down today, y'all. Thank you, everybody. How do I give myself a filter? On Instagram, on YouTube. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Typically on this channel, if I were not covering the Diddy trial, we would actually be talking corporate. On Wednesday mornings over here in the Palace, is it raining? We have a segment called Wednesday corporate segments, but we're just gonna have some coffee time. Thank you, Savannah. Savannah said, I enjoyed last night's conversation. I did too. It was different. And I know typically you guys are here for me to break down the salacious parts of the case, but sometimes we need a break from all of that. Can we all agree? Sometimes we need a break from all of that. Give me 1 second. I want to put on my glasses so that I can see everybody. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I can see your comments. Ooh, it's given. Okay. Jen Owen says, starting early today. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How did everybody sleep last night? Enough about me. I know we're going to talk Diddy, but how did everybody sleep? Everybody feeling good? It's Wednesday. Are y'all ready to go for work? Everything's cool. Savannah says, I miss talking corporate talk. Yeah. Good morning to my moderators in the chat. I see all of you. HEA said, yes, I agree. I love hearing about the body language and behaviors. Yeah, it's something that most people don't do, or I haven't seen a lot of it. So that's why we kind of took a different route last night. But today we have Brendan Paul that's going to take the stand, and he was AKA a drug mule. We're going to talk about Tyler Perry. I see that. Y'all want to talk about Tyler Perry. Okay, listen. First of all, do y'all think Tyler Perry is guilty? How about that? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think he's guilty? Because I know some of you I've seen on different other social media outlets where some of you feel like, listen, this is a break. This is like people coming after you. Okay, Tula Tree says she feels like he's guilty. Some of you I've seen you say, they're just trying to come after all of these black billionaires. Okay, if that's the case. Okay, I see it. A lot of you were saying, okay, One Love said another one bites the dust. Now listen, One Love, and two, has Tyler and are these black billionaires giving them something to talk about? Are they mismanaging? It's too early for me to go in, but I'm finna go in. It's too early, but I'm finna do it because my coffee is good. See, that's what happens when you have a lack of dick discipline. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not supposed to be starting this early, but it is what it is. When you can't control what's going on down there, and I'm not saying that anybody needs to be a saint or a sinner, but reel yourself in. Like, you got to be able to control yourself in certain aspects. It's too early, la, say, go in, queen. See, I be trying to warm folks up, but see, when you can't manage and you don't have dick discipline, you gonna find yourself in trouble, especially if you have money. And that's why we're here today at the Diddy trial. That's why we're seeing what's happening with Tyler Perry. Who else? Shannon Sharp. What is going on with black men and a lack of dick discipline? See, now that's what we should talk about tonight. Dick discipline, a lack thereof, and when does a woman actually, when does a woman become a victim or not a victim, right? But they wilding out. They are wilding out. But that's why we're here today, because of lack of dick discipline. If you really think about it, am I lying? If you really think about what I'm saying, listen, turn this down. If you in your cubicle, turn this down, because I don't want HR coming in and say, excuse me, can I talk to you? Turn it down. Say it wouldn't be, it's Queen Sheba. We didn't know she was going to go this hard. Whatever's in that coffee has gotten her riled up. And sir, I am so sorry. Please don't write me up. I look like an ape. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is so mean. Listen, your mama. That's not nice. Look, we all ugly to somebody, motherfucker. I do not care. Excuse my language. We all ugly to somebody. Listen, y'all tried it. We all ugly to somebody. So, that was funny though. That was funny. You got me with that one. That was funny. Y'all don't block him. He all right. Don't block him. But listen. No. Look, listen, my moderators timed you out. I'm cool, y'all. We all ugly to somebody. Come on, let him have his way. But that's why we are here today. That's why we are here today, because of lack of dick discipline. That's it. That's all. So let's talk about what I have not, or what I feel like we haven't seen from Diddy's defense. What we have not seen is for them to establish who these people were prior to meeting Diddy. Right? Because if you really think about it, we don't know anything about their background. And I don't know if that's Diddy's way of being nice. But if they were prostitutes, escorts, if they were druggies before they met Diddy, if they were running drugs as drug mules before they met Diddy, yes, I am. Celicia, period. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I see your question. But if they were all of that prior to meeting Diddy, then you have to say that. You have to establish some type of questionable lifestyle, because what it's starting to look like is that Diddy, you muddied up, you messed up all of these people's lives. Now, I'm not going to say that's true or it's not true, but the fact of the matter is you're not talking about these people, and the defense needs to come just a little bit harder. Who are they? If Brendan was a drug mule prior to meeting Diddy, we need to know about his past. Because it's looking like you came in, you were a monster, you completely abused, you forced these people, these Ivy League students, these wonderful kids with wonderful backgrounds, these wonderful women who were living well. It is looking like you forced them into horrible lifestyles. And if that's not true, okay, let me say this. I feel like the government is outpacing the defense team by way of strategy and intellect. I really feel like the way the government has positioned their case, it's actually forcing the defense to play defense. They don't even have time to strategy, in my opinion, because it's so much coming at them, right? And I think the defense, you're going to have to back up a little bit. And I know your job is to play defense, but we need you to play a little bit of offense too. We need you to take the ball and score a shot. Start talking about these people's lifestyle. Unless it is true that Diddy really did. You know what I mean? Lock Journey said they painted a great picture. Unless it's true that Diddy really did change their lives in a negative way. And if so, you really can't defend that, right? But right now, we're not hearing anything about Diddy's background. We're not hearing anything about Cassie's background prior to meeting Diddy. We're not hearing anything about Jane Doe's background. We're not hearing anything about Bonna's background. That's your job as a defense, to find the best private investigators on this planet, to dig up any dirt, and you haven't done that. But they have everything on you, dating all the way back to 16 years ago, and that's where I kind of feel like the defense is dropping the ball. Who cares? Everybody, hold on. What you mean, who cares? We're talking strategy. We're talking about legal, like just the legal representation of it all, like a 360 between the prosecution and the defense. What do you mean, who cares, Scooby-Doo? That's why we're here. We're here to really talk about who's doing what in the courtroom from a legal strategy. Who's winning, why they're winning, who's positioning their argument a little bit better, compared to others. And so far, this week, the government has done an outstanding job. Oh, wow. I see some of these comments. Y'all on one. Listen, thank you, Wilkes. Thank you, Wilkes. But yeah, that's what I feel like the defense needs to do. I think the prosecution has them jammed up and they have their back against the wall. But I pay you $20. Give it to your mama. Give it to her first. She may need it. Give it to your mom. Pay her $20. Let her get started. But no, listen. So I feel like that's what they need to do. That's what they're going to have to do. You're going to have to pull yourselves out of the corner that the government has driven you into. And that's why I said I really think the defense team underestimated the government. They sent in Little House on the Prairie. And by Little House on the Prairie, I'm talking about, by Little House on the Prairie, what I'm talking about is, hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, we got it. By Little House on the Prairie, I'm talking about the 4 white girls that are representing the government. They're doing an outstanding job. We never saw them coming. When I tell you they are locked and loaded, so Diddy, you're paying all of this money, and you have all of these heavy hitters, these headliners. We gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta step out. You have got to be able to come in and play ball. And I don't feel like this week, I feel like they've been completely off this week. So I need to know more about the people that are taking a stand. I need to know more. Would you like to know more about the people that are receiving immunity? You get what I'm saying? We don't even know anything about how Diddy was raised. And maybe they're going to do that next week. Speaking of next week, according to the defense, they only need 2 to 5 days next week. So this case may actually be wrapped up by next week. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You get what I'm saying? Other than that, I'm going to see what Brendan has to say on the stand, and then I'm going to come back and check in with all of you and just kind of follow up with you. Because right now, the defense is down real bad, honey. Oh, Regina says the judge is on the prosecution side. That's what it's giving. But they are organized. They are efficient. They are precise. And the defense is actually reacting to everything that the government is doing. And I need them to come out of that. I need them to get off the ropes. Hey, Be True. Thank you, Be True. She says, great job. Be True says, great job. But that's what I need. What would you like to see that you haven't seen nor have you heard? Tell me really quickly before I get off live. What would you like to see? Ladybug77 says, you feel like, hold on, the judge is biased? Based on what, though? Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate it. LaDon says that's bad for the defense if they are not bringing it. They're kind of not. They're having to defend. Thank you, One Love. I agree. They need to take the lead on this. I absolutely agree. I do. They're not painting the full story. I agree, Nina. The defense is making a presentation that sticks for a change. The judge seems fair. Sometimes he does. Most times. But he has not given he does, for the most part, appear to be fair, but he has not given them any flexibility, any room for error as it relates to the defense. I'm not sure what his mood is going to be today, but I will keep you all posted. People that obsess about Diddy are so cringe. I think everybody that's here, everybody that's tuned in to Diddy cases are wanting to hear, so I'm not sure. You think so, Mark? Mark says he feels like Diddy is going to get a hung jury. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Well, that's all I have for you. I will be back after lunch, and I'm going to give you an update about what's happening in the courtroom as it relates to Brendan Paul and the running of the drugs, okay? So stay tuned. I'll be back, and thank you all for tuning in.